Oh yeah, Sonic Adventure 2, my favorite Sonic game, released in 2001 by Sonic Team. This is probably the last good Sonic that I've played. And you might not agree, but you might. It's pretty dope. Being so dope, they, imported this game into a bunch of different systems. GameCube was originally on Dreamcast, now it's on Xbox. It's been on Xbox and PC since about 2012. I digress, here we go. We have story, stage select, kart race, and boss. Story mode, you get what you see. Stage select, self-explanatory. Kart race. Now here's the thing, kart race, it's shit. Don't play it. If I had to say why you shouldn't play it, kart race would be number one. Boss fight, self-explanatory. Alright, here we go. Story select, you get 3 choices. Hero, Dark, and Last. Hero's the hero side of the story. Tails, Knuckles, Sonic, the whole gang. You play as them, they each have their own specific play styles, types of levels. You play through their side of the story. I think it's pretty cool. There's about 13 levels. It's about all you need. On the other side of that token, you have the dark side of the story, which is Dr. Robotnik, who's called Dr. Eggman now, Shadow the Hedgehog, and Rouge the Bat. Each has a light side counterpart, if you will. And last is when they both team up. I won't spoil it. Anyway, here we go. Little sneak peek into the first level of Sonic. Okay, so we have here a military helicopter flying high above the capital city, whatever that is. I guess they couldn't name any specific city. I digress. They've captured Sonic. Why? Who cares? The military's just captured him. You don't really know, because honestly you should play the dark side of the story before you should play the hero side. Anyway, Sonic apparently just murders everyone on board except for the pilot, tears his door off, leaps out above what appears to be San Francisco. Then he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna screw your helicopter up. And then make me a makeshift snowboard, rip it off the fucking wing of your helicopter, and just leap right on down. And then, you know what? Here we go. Radical. Well, here we are in the capital city, wherever that is, which I'm assuming now the capital of the United States is San Francisco, which I heard this portion of the level of the game was based on, which makes sense because there's a bridge level later on. I feel like I'm going to run into the Tanners any point in time. That'd be pretty badass, honestly. Anyway, the whole purpose of playing as Sonic, as you might, guess, is that you got to make it to the end of the stage. A to B, straight line, usually. Pretty simple, self-explanatory. You can do a number of things on the way down, like collect rings, which, staple of Sonic. But then you need to make it as fast as you possibly can, while pulling off different tricks to earn different amount of points. This is all important because at the end of the stage, you are ranked from A to E on how well you get, which depends on all of those factors, kind of just bundled in together. Sonic starts out with just a few moves like the homing jump, the bounce, the traditional Sonic roll, and of course just running. And you can acquire items throughout the stages that'll kind of add to your abilities, like this one, the magic hand that you find in the first stage. Once you reach the goal, boom, you get rated. Mission 1 cleared. What did I get? A B. I'll take that. B's pretty dope. B's get degrees. Now, all good video games worth their salt have the tradition, boss fights. Now, I guess the military is still in pursuit of Sonic for whatever reason. That reason you don't know unless you play the dark side first. I digress, yet again. They're sending, looks like mech suits after Sonic. I guess they gotta pull out the big guns, no more fucking around. So you just jump around, do the traditional dodge, learn the pattern, hit the guy. After that, you get thrown into a cutscene where Sonic meets none other than his dark side counterpart, Shadow. Shadow's kind of a pompous douchebag. He can do a lot of shit Sonic can't, and he likes to brag about it. So, they have some words, some shit happens. He's got a Chaos Emerald, which is significant if you played the first Sonic Adventure. Blah blah blah. Military thinks Sonic is Shadow. I guess they're all fucking colorblind and can't tell the difference between the two, and also their hair differences. Anyway, he can do this shit. He'll teleport. Sonic can't do this. It's a very ineffective teleport. It takes quite a while. I mean, if I had a gun, I could have just shot him, and it would have been over. Anyway, this kind of sets you up for the rivalry the whole game between Sonic and Shadow, which is pretty dope. So being the polar opposite of Sonic and the asshole that he is, Shadow just, brags about being able to do this shit. Says he's the world's ultimate life form. Kind of Aryan-esque, if you ask me. And then here we go, Sonic trapped by the law again. He fought the law and the law won. As to introduce our next two, everybody knows Knuckles and the Chaos Emerald, but here's Rouge the Bat. Now there seems to be some sort of dispute on to whose emerald this belongs to. And if you play the first Sonic Adventure, Knuckles is kind of the caretaker of all the Chaos Emeralds and the Master Chaos Emerald. Anyway, he isn't too keen on letting this bitch take his gems, so he's just like, you know what, this is mine, you're not taking it. And then here comes Dr. Robotnik, just sneaks up all stealthily with his big crane hand thing, and then just snatches it up. So he's just giving him down the road. He's like, the emerald's mine, too bad Knuckles, you suck. Rouge, you can't do nothing. I sent you after it, you didn't get it, whatever, bye. Knuckles like, no, fuck you son, it's mine. Punches it, busts it into a bunch of pieces. Now, everybody knows from the first Sonic Adventure, again if you played it, that Knuckles can collect all the pieces and put them back together. He's good at that. Anyway, Rouge is like, why'd you break it? Oh no, beautiful gem's gone. Where? So now they're in a race both to pick up the pieces. Being the a-hole that Dr. Robotnik is, he's just like, whatever. You handle it. I'm done. And flies back to, I guess, the Great Pyramid of Giza, which is his home base, apparently.
Yeah, we'll see about that, Batgirl.
Playing as Knuckles and Rouge, it's pretty cryptic, actually. It's probably the most difficult of the stages. And the reason for this is if you want a good score, you gotta find the gems pretty fast. You gotta find 3 in a level. The little computers can give you hints, but the more hints you take on, the less points you get when you find the gem. Now, if you can do this quickly and collect a few rings on the way, you'll probably get a good score. I did this pretty fast, 2 minutes 30 seconds. And I got a B. B's get degrees. Next we move on to Tails, and apparently he has to fight Dr. Robotnik just right off the bat. You don't even get a chance to be introduced to Tails' play style, how he operates, anything like that. You're thrown right into a boss fight. Luckily, Dr. Robotnik's a pussy, you can just shoot him all to pieces. He lost to Tails. He should be ashamed. Tails will hop around like a stupid ass anytime you beat a level. And then, here's a cutscene. They figure out Sonic's been captured. Boo-hoo. Dr. Robotnik's like, I was just fucking around. Really didn't beat me. Well, bye. And he runs off, kind of like a fucking stereotypical Snidely Whiplash bullshit. So they talking over Sonic's island that he's on. Military has him. I guess he's in Alcatraz or something. Maybe Clint Eastwood will help him get out. You got Amy. She's annoying as fuck. She always has been, always will be. Sonic's love interest, even though he has nothing to do with her at any point in time. He just doesn't like her. I don't blame him. I don't like her either. Look at her. She's annoying. I want to help Sonic too. So anyway, we finally get to play as Tails in a level. Now the layout of the levels are usually pretty similar to Sonic's levels. You just go from point A to point B. Pretty straightforward. And a lot of the time you really don't have to go out of your way unless you want to discover like one of the secrets that holds or something. But basically you just blast shit, just shoot it all to pieces. Which I happen to dig. Now, I never thought I'd play a Sonic game where I play as Tails flying around in a robot just shooting shit, but hey, they did it alright. Again, you reach the end of the level, and then you get ranked. Again, this happens at the end of every level, no matter what kind of level you're playing, you always get ranked. A B. Again.
Very good.
B gets degrees. There's actually a competitive multiplayer aspect to this game, which I've never really seen on a Sonic game before. If you play Sonic or Shadow, it's a race to the finish. That's what it should be, it's Sonic. If you play as Rouge or Knuckles, it's a fist fight. You just punch each other until the other guy's dead, which is pretty dope. Now if you play as Tails or Dr. Robotnik, you shoot each other until the other guy's dead. I can live with that. Let's take a look at the boss mode real quick. Now this is a boss survival mode. There's the hero side and the dark side. It's an onslaught of every boss. You just play until you get the fastest time. Defeat all the bosses. Stage select. Alright, now this is where the bulk of the gameplay, believe it or not, comes into play. Every level in the game has 5 different versions. There's the normal level, then there's Find the Lost Child, collect 100 rings, beat the time trial, and then lastly hard mode. Now, this is all well and good, but there's some levels that get pretty hard, like Route 280. There's a level I should say, of that level, where you can't touch any walls. If you play the kart race, you're gonna know how fucking hard that is. It's terrible. Now or to what is quite possibly my favorite thing about the game, Child World. Now, throughout the stages you pick up items like these vials or little animals from the original Sonic games. You would know them if you seen them. And you bring them here to these little bastards. See this egg? It's a child egg. You pick it up, you run around with it, you shake it, you do whatever. There's a little child inside, and if you've never seen a child, you're about to. So you pick it up, you set it down a couple times, whatever, give it a good shake, wake the little bastard up, and then you set him back down on the ground. And you wait patiently, and up, it's moving. Forget Hatchimals, this is the shit you need. So, he comes out of it. There he is, a child. He loves you. I don't know what they are. They never explain what they are. They look like they're made out of jelly. But you set his ass down and you feed him these items. Now if you look, every child has set different stats. They all start at 0 depending on the child. You feed them these items to raise those stats. Now you're probably thinking, why are these stats relevant? Well, you got the child race. Now not only is there a child race, there's child karate, which is like you can fight them, kind of like in Monster Rancher, which is also really awesome. Anyway, you can take them to kindergarten too. Here in kindergarten, or the child kindergarten, you can go in, first things first, you can go over to the black market, which is conveniently located in the janitor's closet. This dude's creepy looking, looks like he's selling organs on the black market, which I guess he might be. Anyway, you can sell him whatever you have in your hands. I sold him a half an eggshell, whatever, I don't need it. But he also sells you child eggs, fruits, and seeds, and a couple other assorted things that you can feed your child or let them wear. Now that being said, you can pick your child up and bring him here. The fortune teller can name your child, which is pretty cool. You don't really get to pick the name, I wished you could, but she just like, hey, you know what, I'll just choose it for you, you know. Here's your child's lucky name. Nagoshi. Whatever. I don't care. We'll name him. Give me that achievement. But old Nagoshi's gonna have a happy life. Sounds like a feudal samurai. Take him to the dock here. Now your child can get stuff wrong with him, and you can kind of check, you know, what his stats are. See what he likes, what kind of fruits he likes. This is pretty good to keep track of. Innately, my child has pretty good stamina, but he's shit at swimming, much like myself. So we're just gonna exit, leave the doctor, who also looks fucking creepy, go to the principal's office. Something you never would really want to do in real life, but we're gonna take him in here. All really this guy does is just offer you tips, and there is a lot that goes into this child garden. A shit ton. Look at how many manuals they are. I ain't reading all that. Luckily I've played this game since I was 12, so I can just, you know, remember. And lastly, you have the classroom. You take his jiggly ass right over here. They have a lesson every time you go in. Drawing's a lesson. You can leave up to 4 childs here at one particular time. I have 2. I'm going to leave 1. I need to keep 1 on hand, I guess. So, I'm going to leave Nagoshi's ass here. Here it is, why you should play it. Has awesome Sonic gameplay, badass music, a lot of replay value, and plenty of side stuff to do. Not to mention you get all your recurring favorite Sonic characters, all rolled up into one game, and an introduction to some other ones. That's why you should play it.